Quickly on Iowa, going back looking at that. Defensive side, you guys, of course, we saw it all. You know, we didn't do a good job of getting defensive stops. I don't think we made a punt to the fourth quarter. Just staying on blocks, not getting off, tackling poorly, missing some tackles, them running through us, beat us in some man coverage. We played soft. They worked us on hitches. It was a really good play one time. Mike Hunter plays a guy man-to-man, makes a good breakup. They come back the next play, they make the play on us. So you see a guy that can, he just doesn't do it consistently back-to-back and in that matchup there. But third down, getting off the field, we had some third down opportunities where we get the stops, red zone, causing them guys to maybe kick some field goals like we do on offense instead of getting in the end zone. And we didn't create turnovers. Thought Replogle and Kenny Mullen both played really well, but those are the only two. But Kenny is a young guy, playing corner, but playing a little bit of our nickel spot a little bit. Did a nice job, had some pressures with blitz. He's gaining on it, doing a good job kicking game. Offensively, it was a little bit better to some degree. Had some balance. Red zone offense is still a concern. You can go back to Illinois where defense created some good field position. We didn't score. I think we start the third quarter with two very, very long drives, but we get 3 points. And we don't really make a big deal about total yardage and rushing yardage and all that, passing and all that. You want to get points. And in this day and age, you've got to score some points. And, you know, we've got to work it where we can get in the end zone a lot more than we're doing. So that's a concern. We had 0 turnovers. That's the first time since the opening game, so that was a plus. But, again, we got to score points. Thought Trey, Stephen Houston, Kofi Hughes, Cody Latimer played well at skill positions. Max Dedman had his best game. We recognize Max as one of the players of the game. I thought the young offensive linemen are getting better. I actually think Justin Pagan's kind of settling, playing solid for us down the stretch. Kicking, kick cover, it wasn't particularly well, but let him pop some out. In returns, we had three penalties on returns where we just grabbed a guy and pulled him down as we were getting beat. And kind of with that being said, started with some long fields. I think we had, some more penalties than we'd had, but I would credit our guys, at least some, for the most part, it was maybe sloppy play, but it was effort play. So it wasn't like, just foolishly jumping off sides or cheap shots, but getting our hands outside or torquing and turning a guy. We got to be better than that moving forward. And then, of course, Northwestern coming up, homecoming here back at home. They struggle a little bit by record, but offensively they've been very, very impressive. Last week put the most yards anyone on Penn State has to date. That was up big. They were up big on Illinois. They played a good run of some good teams at Iowa and whatnot. So they played some good teams. Michigan in a row, 4 good teams. But at the same time, and I think those 4 teams have, 1 loss or no losses in our league. I guess Illinois just went to 2 losses, but they played some good football teams early, and they've played well offensively. Again, talented with their one quarterback might be of issue, but got a lot of respect for Mr. Persa, what he's fighting through his background. But the Coulter kid comes in, they don't miss a beat. Hebert, their wide receiver, is awesome. So again, very good on offense, and defensively have been battling, kind of like us, but probably a little bit farther along, playing better defense than we are. So, but a challenge for homecoming. Be nice to see if we can move and start getting a win, but it'll be a tough challenge with those guys. So what you got?
You want to win every game and are working towards that, but after being eliminated from bowl competition, is in a way, has 2012 kind of started already now?
Well, I mean, we've every day or every week, I think we're trying to give our seniors and our guys, we want to win each game. And what do we think plan-wise, schematically, or game plan or practice, what gives us a chance for Saturday? But also, I mean, we're looking like, especially with all the young guys, and even guys that aren't playing, what are we doing? For example, everyone that's not playing, gets a lift on Friday, instead of coming to a special team meeting for player development. We got daily, we got after practice a boatload of guys getting the extra shakes you do for weight gaining and stuff. So you're always building forward. And we, except for the seniors leaving, we are reasonably young at a lot of spots, so you want to make some strides. But same time, we've not by any means said, hey, we're looking for 2012 or committing everything there, as much as we need to win this week. And it's been the motto each week moving forward and what's been our plan. We hadn't executed the plan or played up to snuff to get it done. But that'll be the plan this week is foremost and first, and in fairness to seniors, is we need to win at Northwestern, we need to win at home, we need to win homecoming. And that's what we're going to make a commitment to and see if we can play good enough to get it done. He was just very physical. I thought one of the best plays is third down. The game's kind of in balance. It's kind of out of balance, and they're kind of up. But man, really extends on a third down where he's tackled a yard or 2 short and really dives and extend, sell out, and move the chains and get a first down for us. And that was a great effort play. Had a couple very physical blocks. Kind of played he and Ted kind of splitting time a little bit more, kind of back and forth. And I've been working with those guys, but during the game sometimes I get a little bit like, hey, what's going on O and D? So I had those guys every 3, 4, 5 plays just kind of subbing themselves to, Ted to stay fresh, but to get Max in the flow. And I think Max probably just got in some rhythm and played well. Had a couple very physical point of attack blocks that were some of the more impressive blocks of the game and of the year. So just appreciate his effort. He's a great kid, and kind of nice to see him come through and play a good, solid game for us. And it's probably an honor more of effort than anything else, because he played with some great effort, which was great to see. Okay. Well, again, each game he's gotten in, he's very calm, and he's done a nice job communicating, with what's going on. Does a great job on the sideline as well. I think the more he's played, the more comfortable he's gotten in practice of trying to step up and be a little bit more vocal and having more energy as we go. And he has really practiced pretty well the last couple of weeks. I think the more he's played, the more confidence he has in himself has kind of taken off a little bit. Again, early in the year, rotating guys through, it's maybe just kind of hard to see some separation with guys. But I thought as we went through last week's practice, we knew Tuesday after practice that he was probably going to be our starter. He was just practicing better and carried it through. And same time, be nice to see how Ed, Dusty's still out with the ankle injury, but it'd be nice to see how Ed and Dusty to respond. Sometimes competition is a great thing if a player embraces it. So, and I keep telling our guys all the time, if you don't like your situation, you need to change it. If you don't like the outcome of the games, change it. If you don't like your role, change it. If you don't like what's happening offensive, defensive, you need to change it with your effort and attitude and performance. So, I think Trey's doing well, but I'm also kind of curious to see how those other guys respond, and do they want to fight the challenge. And competition's a great thing, but competition's a two-way street. It takes more than one. So it'd be nice to see if some guys want to compete and move forward there.